You're watching Chili Boy Productions. I'm Larry Chili Boy Chilson, and we are back. We live, y'all. We're live. We're live, y'all. We're live. Hey, we are live for a segment called Chatting Film. Yeah, we've changed it up just a little bit because I didn't want to infringe on other people's territory. Didn't realize what I was doing, so now we're chatting that film here on a Tuesday. But welcome to another live stream. I've said it, I want to start doing these live streams a little bit more often because I think they're a lot of fun and I have a lot of fun just talking with everybody who drops in. It's an informal discussion where anything film is a go. And my chat here will drive the topics and really get us moving. The only thing we are for sure going to talk about today is the box office because I love box office. If you don't know, it's one of the things I am all about. So we're going to talk about box office numbers, maybe even do a little bit preview, and that might become part of the regular show. Now, I am rocking this Cruella shirt today because I had planned on recording it before I went live, but what do you know? Life gets in the way sometimes. So I'm going to record it probably right after I get off live, but I do have a new Blu-ray haul coming up, though I'm not exactly sure where I put my Quiet Place Part 2 digital code. So that may or may not be included in the giveaway. Sorry. But I still have some other titles to give away. And I have some new titles for everyone. So if you are all about digital codes, make sure that you check out those Blu-ray haul videos because that's where you'll get to see and have an opportunity at winning some free movie codes. So let's see who is dropping in to talk with us tonight. Christian, hello. Thanks for stopping in. Demonician, what up? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. You know, my usual depressed macabre self. But we're almost to October, so it will just fit right in, I'd say. Deadpool Fanatic, hi, welcome. I think this is the first time I've seen you make a live, and I'm excited to see you here in the chat tonight. I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. We're amping up for some spooky season type of titles kicking us off in October, including The Addams Family 2 and Venom Let There Be Carnage, both of which I will be seeing on Thursday night, and I plan to review both films. So we will be getting some more reviews going on up in here, not just a total reaction channel, which, let's be real, is basically what my channel has become recently. But I did just post a review for Dear Evan Hansen. Check it out if you're interested. And as I said, I'll have 2 new reviews this week. I'm also planning on reacting to that new Jake Gyllenhaal film, The Guilty, coming up on Netflix. I'm hoping it's a good time, hoping it makes for a good reaction. It seems like a film that could be a good reaction type of movie, you know? Hi, Hannah, our working girl, Hannah. glad you didn't pass out. You could pop in here to this live stream with me. Yeah. So exciting stuff happening. Of course, we just had Game of Thrones. Hopefully, Miss Hannah, with her new job, will be able to figure out some times where all 3 of us can sit down and record this damn Daredevil. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon we'll have another Daredevil for you. And then, of course, tomorrow we have Sports Talk Live with myself and my co-hosts Leo from Geekly Goods and Tyler Calvert. Plus, tomorrow night we will also have special guest Cody O'Toole, Ryan O'Toole's brother, who you sometimes see over on his channel. So, have you ever seen Netflix movie Kate? I haven't. Is that the Mary Elizabeth Winstead film? Is that Kate? If so, I have not seen it. I also haven't watched Jolt, which was what, Amazon? Was it Amazon Prime? And that's kind of a shame because I know it's gotten mixed reviews, but I love Kate Beckinsale. Like, when I watched Underworld as a child, I fell in love. And it started a lifelong crush on Kate Beckinsale. Gorgeous, stunning. I don't know what was going on with Pete Davidson, but we'll forgive it, girl. I love you still. So, but yeah, if that's the movie on Netflix, I haven't watched it. Here's another thing. Y'all should know I am so bad when it comes to Netflix movies. And disappointingly enough, one of the few Netflix films I've watched is He's All That. So, yeah. Watching those type of movies on Netflix is kind of why I don't watch Netflix movies that often. Child, I ain't trying to be watching that type of caliber film all the time. I'm sorry about it. But they also had their event this weekend though. The Netflix, what did they call it? Toondoom? Whatever the hell it was called. It was a stupid ass name. Can someone explain the name of that Netflix thing to me? Why was it named that? But I didn't really watch it. The only part I was interested in was Extraction 2 because my husband for life, Chris Hemsworth, was presenting, obviously, and he looked amazing. But I also saw The Witcher came up. I'm going to be doing reactions for The Witcher season 3 as well. It's the sound the app makes when you open it. Um okay, maybe it's time to cancel Netflix. Y'all. That is terrible. So it's Tondom. No. Mhm. I'm sick. Y'all, I'm sick. That is terrible, Netflix. If you bring that mess back, first of all, stretch it because y'all tried to be scramming all this mess. They had like a million different things going on. No. The whole event seemed like a hot mess. I did not watch, but it seemed a hot mess to me. And if that's what you're naming your event after, it's time to go. Maybe shut the whole damn site down if this is what we're doing. Mm-mm. But he saw that made me want to pull my ears out of my head. It was terrible. Some people were trying to tell me, "Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, for what it is, it's okay." No, it wasn't okay. It really wasn't okay. He thought that was terrible. And don't be sorry, Tom. Hi, Tom. Thanks for dropping in. Don't feel bad. I was already obviously considering it. That's why I put the Twitter poll up, and thus we we were going in. But yeah, I think my movie reactions have been pretty fun, if I do say so myself. So definitely give them a watch. They've gotten a good reception from those that have watched them. So yeah. Um well, as I said, hopefully the guilty is good. Because y'all know I love me some Jake Gyllenhaal. Thankfully he helped confirm that he does bathe. So there is some bathing going on with our boy Jake Gyllenhaal, which makes sense because he was very soft, very warm when I wrapped my arms around him for our photo op. So there was no funkitude happening during that photo op. So I'm glad to hear it. It means I can keep my crush on Jake Gyllenhaal moving forward. So bless. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this past weekend's box office numbers because we had some exciting things happen this weekend at the box office. The most notable and most exciting is Shang-Chi spends a fourth week at number one, becoming the first film post COVID to pull off that feat. It made 13 million in its fourth weekend of release, and that brings its total up to 196.2 million here domestically, which is the top title at the domestic box office, unseating its sister from the MCU, Black Widow. And now it is up to $364.3 million worldwide. Hi, Network 98. And that 364 is without China. We still don't have a Chinese release date. I know there's controversy, but there was also some like welcoming of Simu Liu. Also, my girl Hannah, who's in the chat here, led me to like this article and this news about his indiscretions. Being a little bit out of context, and it was just a lot, y'all. I don't know, it's a lot. So maybe he's just weird, and I don't know. So, Simu Leo, the jury is still out on you, bro. But I'm glad to see Shang-Chi perform as well as it has. And again, another cap another feather in the cap for diverse superhero films being told. And well, when you look at the box office, you see Marvel is still supreme. Lots of people like to hate on Marvel. They complain, they say copy and paste, they say superhero fatigue, yada yada, blah blah. But what's getting people back into the movie theaters? It's the Marvel films. So there you have it. Oh yeah, network. I did not network. I did not, but yeah, those comments were rough to say the least. So, like I said, the jury is still out with this slightly new information. But at number 2 this weekend at the box office, we saw Dear Evan Hansen, which brought in 7.4 million. So, as I did mention earlier in the stream, I watched it on Thursday, I was watching Bianca Del Rio, my favorite drag race drag queen, and it was inappropriately wonderful. But we saw Dear Evan Hansen on Friday, and I'm actually shocked because my theater was pretty packed in honesty, and a lot of musical theater nerds. You could just feel that energy. If you watch my review, I was left feeling quite perplexed as to how the play itself got so big, because just from the get go, it seems kind of gross. Like the entire concept behind the film made me feel so uncomfortable. So I was just so curious for Dear Evan Hansen fans to enlighten me to what it was that made this the huge phenom that it's been over the past, what, 5, 6, 7 years since it debuted and won at the Tonys. And yeah, I had a lot of problems with it. Check out my review if you want to hear more. I do feel a little bit sorry for Ben Platt, but nepotism. We can only feel so sorry for nepotism babies. What can I say? But Dear Evan Hansen debuts with 7.4 million, which I do think is an underperformance. And I just want to say this right here. It is once again a great testament back to In the Heights, because Dear Evan Hansen is a way bigger theater name, way bigger play than In the Heights ever was. And In the Heights made about 12 million opening weekend with the HBO Max numbers to add on to that, whereas Dear Evan Hansen comes in at 7.4. Musicals are a tough sell, and it's all about that context when it comes to framing how we view the success of films, particularly during this COVID time, particularly when we have all these different variables. We see here a much smaller musical in the Heights was able to overcome its own controversies as well. Let's see. Tom says, maybe I'll give it a try when Dear Evan Hansen gets to Redbox. Gonna save my $20 for Dune or something else. I say, yeah, it's okay for a Redbox film. You won't feel too bad if you spend $1.50 on it. But you'll need to go out to the theater to see it. But Dune, yeah, I have a feeling we're all gonna want to see that one on the big screen. I will be reacting to Dune. So my first experience with Dune is going to be on my computer screen. I'm not really looking forward to that, but it feels like a good reaction film. So be ready for a reaction. I'll probably have already seen it in the theaters immediately after, before my reaction goes up after its release. But yes. So, Dear Evan Hansen, there you go. Then at number 3, we have Free Guy. So Free Guy just keeps trucking along, and Twitter, is mad about it, y'all. Twitter is angry when it comes to Free Guy because now they're posting clips. They're talking about how horrible it is and how we just consume all this trash. But it keeps going. People are loving Free Guy. It was down just 19% in its 7th week of release. That is 7 weeks in the top 3. It made an additional $4.1 million this weekend. And then when you see its domestic total, it's up to a fantastic $114 million domestic and $317.8 million worldwide. So Free Guy is killing it. If you listen to the Cinemania World podcast, I do talk about box office there with Dwayne, and we kind of talked about why it's doing so well. And I think people just, they wanted to have fun. They wanted to see something light and fun, and Free Guy is the perfect film to go into and have fun. One of my coworkers, she saw it and she absolutely loves it. She actually loved it more than Shang-Chi, which she really enjoyed. So Larry, what would the fast food cinematic universe team up movie be called? Hmm. Grease? Something with grease. Christian Knight says Free Guy is great. Oh, hi, Amanda, the Candid Cinema. Thank you so much for dropping in. I was surprised with how much I enjoyed Free Guy, to be honest. Me too. I actually, especially with those reactions, see, when you're a pessimistic beast like me, you see all these people hooting and hollering, jumping up and down and acting crazy on Twitter with these, first reactions just going ham. And that automatically makes me be like, we'll see. But Free Guy was a lot of fun. It didn't reinvent the wheel. It wasn't quite as amazing as I was seeing in those first reactions, which nothing ever really is. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah. All right, then at number 4, we have Candyman, the first ever Black female director to debut at number 1. Yes, and Candyman's holding on pretty well. It's at 27.4% down in its 5th week of release, which brings in an additional $2.5 million. And that brings the horror film up to 57 million domestic and 73.3 million worldwide. So especially for a horror film, to be holding on like this is quite positive. It's quite strong. I know the opinions on Candyman were all over the board. So many people loved it. I've actually even seen it listed as a couple of people's favorite film of 2021. Others really didn't like it, including a girl in our chat here. Not gonna call her out by name. She knows who she is, and a lot of y'all on film Twitter know as well. But it's such a polarizing film, which of course always makes it so much more interesting. So, Hannah says Aiden didn't like it in reference to Free Guy. I think I'm a skip. Oh, Hannah, don't listen. Listen, Dwayne, cover your ears. If you're listening somewhere, we're gonna talk about the goat here. Don't listen to Aiden. It's fun. It's nothing to break the will. When it's available at a cheap price point, Hannah, that's when you should check it out. When you can watch it at home on your little laptop, like you watch all your movies. Yes, Hannah's one of them that watches everything on a freaking laptop screen. Watch Free Guy. Give it a chance. Go in with an open mind. But yes, very happy for DaCosta. Can't wait for the Marvels. Same. I am so happy for her. She's probably going to be the second female to Black female director to open at number 1. She's going to repeat before any other Black female gets the chance, which is not not a great statistic, but we love to see it for her specifically, and we'd love to see some Latino women finally get up there, because if I'm being honest, I can't really name Latina female directors. Where are they? I need them, and I need them to emerge. We've had all of these Mexican and Latin men come up through the ranks and win Best Director, get their films acclaimed, and women, nowhere to be seen. So I need those Latinas to rise up. I want Native women to start getting their due, Native men to start getting their due, because that's a complete demographic we have left behind and we don't talk about. Middle Eastern men and women to start getting up there. So many demographics are still owed their due and we haven't seen it. And the fact that this is the first Black woman is still baffling to me. I think we're going to get our first Asian female to get a number one at the box office with Chloe Zhao and the Eternals later this year. We have a lot of progress to make, y'all. Still so far to go. Women in every race have a lot of barriers still to break, and that's horrible in 2021. But let's hope that Nia DaCosta, Chloe Zhao, and the like are starting to help make that headway. Listen, Hannah, you on that damn laptop all the time. It don't mean you gotta watch movies on there too. All right. And then coming in at number 5, we had Cry Macho, which took a 53.8% drop, bringing in just over $2 million. And the latest Clint Eastwood is now up to 8.2 million domestic and 8.9 million worldwide. And I think that had about a $50 million budget, y'all. So Cry Macho. I don't want to put people like out of work or whatever. But I'm ready for Clint Eastwood to retire. I'm sorry. I know somebody in one of my last streams said they're a huge fan and they were so excited for Cry Macho. But after I saw the 15 to 17 to Paris, I said, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time to go, Clint. Much like I say on our sports stream when it comes to Ben Roethlisberger, I think it's time here in the film world. Grab Clint, hold him on to that damn wheelchair, strap him in, and roll him to the damn elderly home where Hannah will help take care of him, because it's too much. It's too much, Clint. We've seen you be this racist kind of white savior a million and one times in film already. We've seen you trying to chastise Barack Obama as you talk to an empty chair. It's too much. It's too much. Larry, the fast food team up named the Greasies. Yeah, there you go. The Greasies. I dig it. It's like a little superhero team. Also, I know that this is TV, but I am aware that all of the acting winners at the Emmys were white. I was actually surprised. I think Emmys so white actually trended after the Emmys, actually. So, Christian, yeah, we can go ahead and talk about this. I've been talking a little bit more about TV here on the channel. Posted on Twitter that I've watched more TV this year than I have in quite some time. Mostly thanks to Marvel. Let's just be completely honest. But I was disappointed. I was pretty disappointed with the Emmys. That's my problem with that award show specifically, is a film can sweep through one season. Like one movie can sweep Oscar night and that's it. But when it comes to the Emmys, seasons that are running 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 seasons long can just come back, and every year you get the same crop of people, you get the same actors and actresses, the same shows being awarded year after year after year after year. Whether or not they're the best is highly debatable. One, it's so much harder. I will give this to the Emmys voters. It's so much harder to watch all of the material because there's just so many damn shows out there that how do you fit it? And it's not just a 2-hour film that you're being asked to watch. It's a full season, whether that be 10 plus episodes, 10 hours of your time, times however many shows are submitted. But you just get kind of tired of seeing the same shows and the same actors year after year being awarded the same awards. And especially when you're not a TV person like me, it definitely becomes like, okay. And it's highly disappointing that we had our most diverse field of nominees in Emmys history when it came to the on-screen talent. 0. None. Not a single one was able to break through and win an award. So it's not enough to just be nominating diverse nominees. We need to break through. We need to actually be awarding these people for their work. So, oh, Teen Wolf, Hannah, go take care of Clint Eastwood at the home, Hannah. Okay. Most of the winners were probably deserved, but some of them probably weren't. I mean, that's usually the case with all of these award shows, right? Like, there's some great winners, definitely deserve some. Very questionable to say the least. And that's what you get when you're handing out awards over subjective material, art, if you will. So it's tough. I didn't watch the Emmys personally. I just kind of watched the highlights because Twitter kept me fully up to date. So I was generally surprised that Michael K. Williams lost. So here's the next thing: is Michael K. Williams is credited with some of the most iconic characters in some really popular shows, and didn't win anything at the Emmys. He never won an Emmy. And that's really sad. And once again, they did this little tribute to him. And I think it was because they knew he wasn't being awarded. And so they had to give him a tribute like that so that he could get some recognition. And I don't like that. That's part of what part of what my big problem with the Oscars was last year. It wasn't necessarily the fact that Anthony Hopkins won because he gave a great performance. It was how the Oscars handled it as they set it up and disrespected black talent that they'll never get to award again. And that's kind of what the Emmys did too. And I think it was a shame, honestly. Nicholas Lee, thank you for stopping in. Hey, Larry, I saw No Time to Die early a few hours ago. Loved it. Yes, I was seeing lots of people coming back from No Time to Die, and it's looking positive. I have to admit, there are a lot of 007 movies I've not watched, particularly because a lot of that old misogyny type of stuff was not for me. Like, the spy stuff wasn't really for me, but the new ones I've really enjoyed. The films with Daniel Craig. They've been up and down like the entire Bond series. Let's just be real, but overall, I've enjoyed it. They need to make the members and voters watch the shows. Same with the Oscars. Yeah, especially the Oscars. It really needs to, like, when they open it up to everyone and you read those damn ballots, and they don't pay attention or care about animation, for example, or foreign films or documentaries, and they still vote in the category because their friend worked on this or worked on that. I mean, it's just terrible, and I hate that mess. So, Larry, Popcorn Colonel Sanders. Oh my. Am I going to be the villain of our fast food universe? Larry, Popcorn Colonel Sanders? It went downhill once the trivia game started. Oh, yeah, for the Oscars this year. I mean, it really it really made me mad. You know, Christian, because you watched my review. If you want to see me mad, I was pretty heated in my review. I also was over on Geekly Goods and Friends. Oh, listen, Dory is mad too. Listen to her. She is upset. But watch me over on Geekly Goods and Friends. He brought me on for the Oscar episode. I was very upset with how the entire ordeal went down on Oscar night. They handled everything just terribly. But I have not watched a lot of these upcoming films, y'all. I'm not as cool as Nicholas in the chat. I haven't seen No Time to Die. I would probably be there right now if I were seeing it at our screening. I don't really know. Maybe it was earlier today. I honestly don't know what's happening with that. But haven't seen that. I'm not really doing early screenings right now. I've just like decided to go on opening night mostly and then do these reactions to things I can do at home. So, but I am excited for No Time to Die. I didn't hate the Addams Family like so many others did. So I hope that the second one is fun too. I'll forever be bitter that Oscar Isaac was so perfectly cast as Gomez Adams that but then it was animated. Like he is perfect for the live action version of that role. And then Venom 2, I think ooh, Lord, Lord. But Venom 2, I think looks atrocious. I'm sorry. I hate that trailer so much. And then the posters. Y'all, Sony is terrible with posters. Whoever helps them with their graphic design, they need to let them go ASAP. Cut ties with this company because those posters are wretched. That Michelle Williams poster, she should sue over that mess. It was horrible. I mean, not to say that the Venom and the Carnage posters were all that much better, but oof, every time they do one of them damn Spider-Man posters, Homecoming, Far From Home, oh my gosh, they were all terrible. I'm sure No Way Home is going to have terrible posters. I didn't even buy the steelbook for Far From Home because it was so damn ugly with that horrible artwork on the front. I could not get myself to do it, y'all. I could not. I had to pass up. So we'll see, I guess. But nothing tops Glenn Close twerking. Yes. Larry, who should play Colonel Sanders, Wendy, Ronald, and the Burger King and Starbuck? I instantly vote for Tilda Swinton as Madam Mermaid Starbuck, if you will. The guy from The Office, I'm blanking on his name, should be Burger King. Ronald. Let's go with Nicki Minaj because she is playing the part of a clown all over the place right now. So why not just put that experience to good use and play a clown right there on the big screen, huh, Nikki? Then we have Colonel Sanders. I don't know. That's a tough one. And then Wendy, just to make folks, you know what? Let's get Amy Adams her Oscar. We'll put Amy Adams as the grown-up Wendy. Or the only redhead child I can think of is the one who played Bev in the It films. So maybe her, but Amy Adams for the adult one. I mean, that's right in line with the trajectory of her career right now. Anyway, Amy Adams, fire your agent ASAP, please. So, yes, Network 98 is loving this superhero or this fast food cinematic universe. So, looking at this box office, we also have Jungle Cruise still trucking. Malignant is holding on okay. It's up to 12 million. Jungle Cruise is up to 114 million, y'all. 114.8. Honestly, Jungle Cruise is one of those films I've liked less and less the more I thought about it. How do y'all feel about Jungle Cruise? I'm genuinely curious. Do you love it more that you've thought about it? Is it just trash? Have you maybe not even bothered watching it? Malignant at number 7. Then we have Cop Shop. So Cop Shop is one I want to talk about real quick because it's not one I have done a review or anything for here on the channel, but it was a lot of fun. I think it's Gerard Butler's best film in some time. Now, I know some people liked Greenland, but that horrifying orange color palette just killed Greenland for me. I also thought the script was kind of dumb. So I know a lot of other people really enjoyed Greenland. It was not for me, but Cop Shop, I was not really going in expecting good things and was really surprised. Has anybody else watched Cop Shop out there? Does anybody else think it's pretty good? Another one I've watched recently that we were going to talk about on my Cinema Snarks podcast, but finding a time to record right now is a little bit tough. My co-host Ren, she runs a small interactive theater company here in Denver, and they're amping up their Halloween show. So it's going to be tough finding times to record, I think, with her. But we went and saw The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I don't know about fantastic, but it was really good, and it really captured the heart of Tammy Faye as this kind of gay icon, certainly. Um, but it's another example between *Malignant* and then we had *The Eyes of Tammy Faye*. These are films that perfectly showcase how to capture a very specific tone. In *Malignant* and in Tammy Faye's case, both give us pretty high camp levels, if you will, and they are able to just balance this perfect, very difficult line so well. And that's what Tammy Faye does, is it tells you about the actual story and delivers that while capturing the essence of Tammy Faye, the over exaggerated persona that she had and the whole trial, the whole thing. So if you haven't seen that one, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's kind of in the vein of something like Rocket Man in my eyes when it comes to biopics, because it's a fantasy biopic. It's definitely not as told by the history books. Well, bye, Christian. Thank you so much for stopping in. I love talking with you in these live streams, and I appreciate your support every time you are able to make it in. So, thank you so much for dropping by. So, are you all going to be heading out to see Venom, Let There Be Carnage, or Adam's Family 2, or the, oh gosh, now I'm blanking on it, the Sopranos prequel? Oh, what is that Sopranos prequel called? I actually did not. The Many Saints of Newark. There we go. I didn't watch The Sopranos, so I'm a little bit nervous about watching that film. Probably why I won't review that, because or even react to it. Maybe react, maybe. But I don't know, you kind of have that feeling of being a fraud. Right? Like you kind of feel like, should I really be the one to talk about this show or this film? I haven't seen the show. I don't know. No, I probably won't react to it actually, because I'll be reacting to the Jake Gyllenhaal film. So editing two movie reactions at one time is a little bit much for me. Plus, I'll be still probably working on that damn Game of Thrones episode 4 or 3. Michael Douglas as Colonel Sanders. That is a great pick. Jessica Chastain as Wendy, Tom Cruise as Burger King, and ScarJo as Starbuck. Oh, ScarJo. To say, the most interesting one here for me is definitely Tom Cruise as Burger King. What an inspired choice from you, Nicholas. So, what are the films you all are most excited for when it comes to the month of October? Obviously, my most excited is easily Dune, easily. But I'm also really hyped for the French Dispatch, because let's be real, I love me some Wes Anderson. Um, I might watch that new Paranormal Activity movie. To be honest with you, I did not actually know there was. I knew of it because I remember hearing months and months and months ago. But watching something on TV, they showed this ad for Paranormal Activity, and I was like, "What the hell?" Crickets, y'all. It was crickets about that film until I saw that trailer. So maybe I'll watch that. I think it's coming to what, Paramount Plus? Uh maybe maybe I'll react to that too. I don't know. Look at me. See, this is what I'm talking about. A goddamn reaction channel up in here these days. And Bill Skarsgård is Ronald McDonald. So now he gets to be a nice clown, or is Ronald going to give off some Pennywise vibes? That is the main question. But yeah, October should be fun. Also, I'll be releasing a video on Saturday with the rest of the Movie Nerds Club about, horror films that anyone could watch. But it opens the question even more. What do you all watch in October? Obviously, horror is the jam of the month. But what are those films? Are there any movies everyone just has to watch every year to get into that Halloween mood? And This is probably exactly me too, Nicholas. I'll be watching Venom. I'll be talking about Venom 2. Ooh, but it looks terrible. I'm sorry. It just looks so bad. Venom 2, I can't imagine it's not going to be my least favorite comic book adaptation of the year. I just can't imagine it. Again, I still need to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. I know. But I think I'll like Zack Snyder's Justice League more than I'm gonna like Venom 2. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If they go full camp, full ham, then maybe I'll find some enjoyment there. But if it carries that tone from the trailer into the film, if it carries the tone of that first film into the sequel, it's not gonna be for me. Let's see. Still need to watch Conjuring 3. First one was awesome. Second was comedy. Oh my, Tom. Do you have HBO Max, Tom? I don't think it's on there right now. I know it came out on Blu-ray, but it should be coming back sometime relatively soon, right? Since Godzilla vs. Kong just came back onto HBO Max. Conjuring 3, that would be a great marketing tool for them, is to put it on in time for Halloween and have that horror aspect leading up to the holiday. I actually really like Conjuring 2. Anytime you go full possession, like the end of that film, and of course we had Valak in the big climax, it can get overblown. But that scene with the nun Valak's painting in the back when they're down in that little room, oh, it's so damn good. And the reason so many of us were hyped for the Nun film because that sequence was executed so well that, we were hoping that that would be the tone, but it wasn't. See, Jungle Cruise B minus, Cop Shop B, Cry Macho C, Shang-Chi A, Free Guy A minus, Malignant B plus, Dear Evan Hansen C minus. So I have not watched Cry Macho, and that's the only one actually. What am I talking about? Oh, Alyssa, thanks for dropping in, taking a break from that grading, I presume. Actually, I have no idea, but I'm glad to see you. Jungle Cruise, maybe coming out of Jungle Cruise, I would have said like B minus, C plus. Now it's probably like a C minus. I don't know, that tone of that film too, it just it didn't work for me. Cop Shop B, I think, is very, very fair. Cry Macho C, I mean, that's not inspiring me to watch, Nicholas. It's not inspiring me to watch. Shang-Chi A, yes. Free Guy A minus, I think, is good. A minus, B plus is right in that range. Malignant B plus. Now that one's actually the opposite for me when it comes to Malignant. The more I think about it, the more I just think about what it did, and so much of how it delivered that tone. It goes up and up and up so much more. And then Dear Evan Hansen C minus. Yeah, I think that's probably fair too. Joaquin Phoenix is Ronald. Ooh, might be interesting. Have I seen Under the Skin? I have. I think it's a interesting film. It's one of those films that I don't quite love as much as I know so many do, but I do really enjoy it. I think it's a really atmospheric film that delivers on that atmosphere very well. See, The Conjuring would never happen if it was a Latinx family. We would never go to a dark basement in the middle of the night to investigate a weird. That's what I loved about Candyman, Tom, is those moments of just self-awareness, because I think it's more than just Latinx. I think it's Latinx and the Black communities specifically, probably Asian communities as well. We hear a noise and we're like, oh, hell no. Grab the weapon and wait for them to come on up and show themselves, because that's why I know we want that representation in these horror movies, but particularly when it comes to slashers, that's why it's a white people's game, because listen, y'all white folks be doing some questionable ish, and we've been through too much in our lives, so we ready to we ready to go right off the bat. Yes. Hey, Leo. Thank you so much for stopping in. No, do you play video games, watch movies, TV, and YouTube uh, during your free time? So I don't play many video games. The only video games I really play are sports video games. That's why I started the sports stream, y'all, is because I love film. It's my number one. It's my fave thing. But right behind film is probably not probably it's sports. So whether it come to watching sports, I'm not very good at playing. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", right in that range, and not big. So hey, I'm brown. Us brown folks, we're not known for being tall and big, y'all. um I like playing tennis. I'm not very good at it, but that's like number two behind the film world. So that's the only video games I play, child. Movies, of course. TV. I mean, I'm not really a TV person either. I'm not gonna lie. YouTube, yes, I watch a lot of YouTube. That's my TV. Is YouTube. I ain't got time to watch these shows because I'm keeping up with these folks here on the tube, y'all, including my friends, and then of course filming and all of that crazy jazz. Holy water and fix. Oh my lord, Nicholas. 6'2". You be looking like a monster next to me, Nicholas. I'll have to be looking up. Oh, I don't think she's here. Well, here's me with Chris Hemsworth, and I think he is 6'3", but he's kind of like leaning in for the hug, and you can see that is quite the height difference. The more obvious one is actually when I'm in a picture with Gwendolyn Christie, who I also think is 6'3", and she was not doing that lean. And I mean, she is so tall compared to me. But I ain't got nothing against a tall drink of water, y'all. So get on it. Oh. Looking forward to seeing your horror pics on Saturday. This theme was too much for me. This just broad horror films anyone could watch. We'll see. I think I really stretched the definition of horror for my ranking. That's your hint, Leo. Is I had to stretch the definition of what a horror film was to make my list. I definitely I know. I kind of went Rachel's route, I think. Rachel, I definitely went family friendly for a good portion of my list, and then just a couple that aren't really family friendly but I think qualify. So, we'll see. Leo, what you up here grilling me for? Are you going to have a list on Saturday, Leo? Am I going to be sharing Leo's video or just mainly movies? What's going to happen? Hmm? That's what me and Alyssa would like to know. Will there be a video from Geekly Goods come Saturday? Oh, Lord, Steve Harvey as the hot dog man. Child. I don't even know who the hot dog man is. So, sure, Steve Harvey can be a hot dog man. Oh, no. See, y'all, Alyssa, I would just love to. I mean, I wouldn't love it because I actually do like Alyssa as much as I tease her. But ooh, the reaction to Alyssa if one day YouTube went down and everybody's scheduled content was just erased. I know she would be heated. Candyman when homie said black people don't need to be summoning nothing. Listen, that's what I'm telling y'all. See, the LGBTQ community too. Well, us of color. Let me just say that because these white twinks and white gays out here, white male gays, no. Half the time, I don't want to claim y'all as part of no community I'm involved with because y'all be cutting up and acting a damn fool out here. But that's what us in the different communities, we don't play with that. I know we've got La Llorona out here looking for her children, but that's why parents tell their kids that, and the kids keep their ass inside. You see, that's how we do in the community. We hear about some ghost woman trying to snatch the people up, and we run indoors. So and stay there. Grab the damn um, rosary off the wall, hold the holy water, and wait for her to come on in and get some. That's how the little folks do, okay, here in the Latinx community. My favorite horror films are Aliens, my bad, The Thing, Halloween, Scream, and Evil Dead 2. Do we consider Aliens a horror film? That is the next question. Or is it much more of an action film? The big debate. Are you watching On My Block? Leo, I don't know what On My Block is. I don't know what that is. um, so yes. No, I'm not watching it, Leo. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Same in the black community. We've been getting our ass in the house. Listen, well, part of it is though. We be running from the La Llorona outside, but we also know damn well you better get your ass in the house or you're gonna have something far scarier known as your mom waiting, mad if you don't get your ass in the house when you were called for. So listen, we know real life horror can take place if you make your mama mad. So, in my case, my grandma, she's the one who raised me. But, Alyssa, I know you would be dead over there posting that little screenshot on your Twitter. All of this. No. Is he's all that horror? Well, yes. Let's just be. That's going on my least favorite horror films of all time list. He's all that. Okay? No. Yes, exactly. You don't want to be making the folks mad. See, Alyssa, you got to get your people. You got to get your folks, Alyssa. You, you too, there, Nicholas. Time to get your people. Get them in line. They be acting out too damn much, okay? Okay. Reminds me of the Halloween Geico commercial head for the cemetery. Well, listen, ain't that Geico commercial on nothing but white folks, right? I know that the woman who yells that part is white, and that's how they be acting in those damn horror films. And that's why the cast have to be mainly white to keep it believable. Because they know damn well we ain't playing that. Just like Candyman showed you. Open up that little basement door, take a look down, and say, "Not," and shut the door and walk away. That one little Asian girl in that bathroom, she heard one sound and said, "Nah, y'all can stay here and do this ritual. I'm gonna hit the door. Like, this is too much." Top 3 horror movies of all time. My number 1 is The Exorcist. Easily number 1 above all. I think it is amazing. Number 2 is probably Scream because yes. And number 3 is The Nightmare on Elm Street. I know I'm so basic. I'm so goddamn basic. But those would be off the top of my head. Those would be the 3 that I would pick: The Exorcist, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street. And for modern day, The Conjuring is my favorite. I think we were talking about setting tone earlier. I think The Conjuring is just a masterclass in how to create atmosphere and tension for a horror film. Not a lot is happening the entire time, especially a lot of these modern day exorcism movies, even the older ones like the sequels to The Exorcist. You start like flailing around and having people do all of this, it can get goofy very fast. But I think The Conjuring does a great job at just building up that suspension to where you are on edge the entire time. So we have The Exorcist, The Thing, and Psycho. Psycho, Psycho's right outside my top 3. It's definitely top 10, possibly top 5 as well. I love Psycho. The Thing is great. Yes, Tom, come through with the Nightmare on Elm Street love. I love slashers. I think psychological horror, like the supernatural stuff, can be really fun. Obviously, The Exorcist is my fave, so that falls under there. But man, I have a soft spot for slashers. They're so much fun, and especially when they're done well. It's like when you see something like uh The Strangers is a super underrated gem for me. I think it's amazing. And then something like Sinister, I think is amazing. And it's unfortunate both of their sequels took a little bit of a dive. Maybe took those originals down with them just a tad. But yeah, I guess Sinister is actually more of a like a supernatural, but only 32 Hocus Pocuses until Halloween. Make sure Rachel knows. Okay, this is the raging debate. Love or hate Hocus Pocus? Let us know in the comments there in the chat. Do we love Hocus Pocus or not so much? That's what we need to know from y'all. Personally, Alyssa and I are on Team Love. Also, though, I have to say, when it comes to Hocus Pocus, that it has one of the best musical sequences in a non-musical movie. When Bette Midler breaks out into I Put a Spell on You, how can you watch that musical number and not just instantly fall in love? Most overrated horror movie you've ever seen? For me, original Evil Dead. Oh my. I like the original Evil Dead. I really like the remake, actually. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know, but I love the Evil Dead remake. Most overrated is probably Blair Witch for me. The Blair Witch Project. I hated it, and everyone else loved it. And then it spawned my least favorite genre of horror films and films in general, the found footage. So the Blair Witch Project is the most overrated for me. What do I think of Avatar 2009? I think it was beautiful for its time and a lot of fun for what it was, but it didn't reinvent the wheel or anything. So, I also don't think it needs all these damn sequels. So there's that too. Hi, Disney Nerd. Thanks for stopping in. So, Disney Nerd says Hocus Pocus is okay. We have a love from Alyssa. We have Love Hocus Pocus from Geekly Goods. We have Love It. I watched it a lot when I was younger. Yes. So, very pro Hocus Pocus chat in here. I love to see it. Hated Blair Witch Project. I did, Leo. I think it is terrible. I was like, when did that come out? 2000? Right around 2000, right? It might have been exactly 2000. So I was like 8 years old, 9 years old when it came out. I watched it in the theater and just thought it was so dumb. And I've tried to watch it since to see if my opinion changed. It did not. I still just am like, no. Also, don't love the OG Paranormal Activity. Sorry. So that probably qualifies as well in the highly overrated category of horror films. Evil Dead remake is much better than the original. So I think that they're just so different. The remake definitely went for more of a horror vibe. It went for more straight up horror. Because the original is very campy. It is very over the top and, fun comedy, horror, and it leans into that comedy heavily. Whereas the newer one does not. It goes for a much more gruesome horror vibe. But I love it. I think it's great. I also think The Evil Dead 2 is great too. So yeah. Does Venom count as a horror film? It certainly feels like one at certain points. Venom certainly feels like a horror film in the fact that I feel horrified watching it. I want to just go to sleep and never wake up when I'm watching Venom. No, it's not that bad. It's not. Venom is just a mess. It's just a hot ass mess. There are some fun moments in Venom that I do enjoy. it's just overall such a hot ass mess that I can't get on board. But you know, overrated. Any movie from the Purge franchise, let's be real, they're all not too good. Leo, get out right now. I love the Purge franchise. Listen, I love the Purge franchise. Not loved. I enjoyed the Forever Purge earlier this year. So there is that as well. I know everybody else was really ragging on the Forever Purge. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoy the Purge films for having something to say, even if they don't know how to say it with any sort of subtlety. But in the horror genre, particularly outside of Get Out, and that subgenre of copycats, the horror genre is very subliminal when it comes to trying to make any sort of message. A lot of times their messages have been highly outdated. 70s and 80s horror slashers, highly outdated messaging. But I appreciate the Purge for saying something and having something to say in each and every one of the films. I actually think the first Purge might be my least favorite, just because it's a standard home invasion film. It has that social commentary, obviously, but I like getting out into the world, and I think this last one was pretty fun. Yes, that's what I love, Alyssa. Oh gosh, Alyssa, you love you some Venom too, girl. Mm-mm. Tom, listen, Tom, I'm gonna break your heart. I hate Drag Me to Hell. I'm not a fan of Drag Me to Hell. Another unpopular opinion. I know it was just not for me. And Sam Raimi leaning into that campy stuff. Maybe again, maybe if I watched it again now, I might like it a little bit more. But oof, I don't like it. Hot take. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings massively overrated. Oh my. So here's a little tidbit. I've only seen the first 3 Harry Potter films. I've seen the first 2 a couple of times because I've tried to get into it so much. And then Ren Geekness invited me on his channel to talk about the third one, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and it was good. It was solid, but then I just fell off. I was like, maybe I'll actually get through the series this time, and I didn't. But I have seen both of the Fantastic Beasts movies. I actually like the first Fantastic Beasts. Let me just say that right now. Yeah, they're not overrated because none of them are. I mean, they're not. So I don't think any of them are like horrible, though. I think their Rotten Tomatoes are like in the 30s, 40s, 50s. So not great Rotten Tomato scores, certainly, but none of them are like bottom of the barrel. None of them get in the teens or anything. So that's good, right? I even think this Forever Purge was in the 54, 50, somewhere in there percentile. So not horrible ratings for these Purge movies, but I agree. How can they be overrated, Leo, when people hate on them so damn much? Mm-mm. What house? What's my house? I think I did take the test. So somebody at my job, she loves Harry. Look at you. Hear this little girl? Dory, she is on one tonight. She's not having it with this live streaming business. She is mad. So I took the test because I have a friend who loves Harry Potter. She is highly disappointed with J.K. Rowling, certainly. And when I've taken the test, oh god. See, I don't know much about these houses. That's a problem, but I got Hufflepuff. So yeah. I hear Hufflepuff and I don't like the sound of it. So I just keep continuing to not acknowledge such things and really not acknowledge Harry Potter much in my life. So, yeah. Another horror film. I don't understand the hype for is The Shining. Don't get me wrong, Jack Nicholson gives a good performance and some good scares, but it's too metaphorical for me. Yeah, I love The Shining, and I think the metaphors work really well. So, yeah. I'm sorry you can't get into it, the Disney nerd. I think you might like my list coming up on Saturday, though. So make sure to check that out, Disney nerd. Is we have the top 5 horror movies anyone can watch. Both myself, Alyssa, and maybe Leo at Geekly Goods will be posting our videos up, and there are some Disney choices that are certainly on the board at least. Would I review the Greasies? I mean, if it had the kind of cast we were talking about today, maybe. But if it was straight to the Walmart bin, mm-mm, we ain't reviewing that. I'm sorry, network. I know it's your love child, but we ain't reviewing that Walmart bin. I'm sorry. Leo. Is anybody surprised? Leo, sit your little ass down. Look at me talk about Leo when he's a little bit taller than me. Larry, what is your favorite Angelina Jolie movie? Soon to be Eternal? No, favorite Angelina Jolie movie. I do really enjoy Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I know some people are salty because it led to Brangelina happening. I like Gia. I like who else? What? I enjoy the first Tomb Raider, but I don't think I would list it as my favorite. Also, I really like I like Salt. I don't mind Alexander, maybe because it's so damn gay. Made the fanboys mad, even though, child, if you look at any of these damn historical figures, half of these men were sleeping with other men, and most of y'all's beloved war leaders were hopping up in the bed with some men. So stop it. But it made them mad about. See, look, I got the director's cut actually of Alexander right here. So, yeah, I mean, I've actually liked a lot of Angelina's movies. I really enjoyed. I got made fun of for enjoying it, but I really enjoyed. Damn it, what was it called last year where she voiced the elephant? Ivan. The Ivan movie, the gorilla movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Alexander is. Alexander is. Yeah, I mean, seriously, between Alexander and Troy, the people were mad at how gay they made them old sandal classics. Look at you. Look at the shade. See, but that's what I'm talking about. I don't too much know about no damn Gryffindor. I just know that they think they the ish. I said it, Leo. The one and only Ivan. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was fun. Did you like One and Only Ivan, or am I legit just like out here on my own little island thinking it was a cute little film? Let's see. Did you like Those Who Wish Me Dead? I did. I thought it was pretty good. It makes me excited to see Angelina do more projects. She hasn't really done much recently, so Kung Fu Panda. Great call. I think Kung Fu Panda, all 3 of them are actually really good, and as a trilogy, highly overrated, or I mean underrated. Overlooked and underrated. Maleficent is okay. Girl Interrupted, yes. Those Who Wish Me Dead. Shark. Listen, I respect y'all who be liking that Shark Tale. No. I'm a pass on the Shark Tale network. I'm sorry, no Shark Tale for me. Leo, stop it right now. Y'all see, he be trying to act all positive and all happy. He got them big old eyes in his thumbnails and on his Instagram. Look at what a hater. Look at this haterade right here. Look at it. Mm-hmm. We see you, Leo. We got some big eyes of our own to look. Mm-hmm. It was not a snooze fest. Yes, Alyssa is a Ravenclaw. Even I can know that. And I don't even watch that goddamn movies. And I certainly have not read the books, child. Woo, woo. Y'all know I don't read. I ain't illiterate. Now listen. I am not illiterate. I'm actually quite educated overall. And some of y'all out there, many of you in the chat will know who I'm speaking to. Your grammar and the way you type on that goddamn Twitter brings out the grammar police in me, drives me up a wall, makes me die a little bit inside each and every time I have to read it. But we're going to let people live. I try not to correct people. I just die inside. So, please. Would you review Wendy's movie? If I had to choose one of these titles, it would definitely be KFC Finger Licking Bad Blood. Sounds the most interesting. No. The Disney nerd says, speaking of Kung Fu Panda, it blows my mind how DreamWorks can make two of the best film trilogies of all time in Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon, then go on and make two Trolls and Boss Baby films. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the DreamWorks formula, isn't it? Make some all-time classic and then follow it up with absolute trash. Talk about a studio that is literally all over the spectrum, from amazing to horrible, some of the worst animated films ever made, bottom of the barrel of the past decade for sure. But How to Train Your Dragon, if we're talking about film series that stayed just a trilogy, so discounting Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and the MCU, because I mean, it's not really a trilogy, they're part of a bigger story. Yeah, no, I think How to Train Your Dragon is my favorite film trilogy of all time. I'm just gonna say it. I love those films. Just like Lord, that Maine loves Boss Baby. I don't know what it is with them. It's all them little Susan Collins folk up there, I think. They have like this weird love for the Boss Baby. It's them. I can tell. First Trolls was funny, and I also love the first Boss Baby. I hated the first Trolls movie. So here's why I hated the first Trolls movie. Because I thought the message of that film was actually pretty horrible, particularly being a curmudgeon, a pessimistic stick in the mud like I am. A film that is basically like, be happy, like the only way to live is be happy, is no. That message was insane to me. So I was not on board with that first Trolls. I actually think I liked the second Trolls movie better because I liked the message behind that one a little bit more. They remedied the message of the first Trolls, and then they gave a little bit of a history lesson on cultural appropriation. Both Boss Baby movies I think are absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. I hate them both. If you go back and watch my reaction to the Oscar nominees live presentation that year, I wanted to die when they announced Boss Baby as a nominee. I actually think How to Train Your Dragon 2 is the weakest. Oh, the original one is my favorite. The original one is my favorite too. I think it goes 1, 2, 3 for me. But if you watch my top 50 favorite animated films of all time, it's a 5 video series I did during COVID. Definitely check it out, Disney Nerd. I think you might like it. All 3 of them made my top 50. I seriously, I adore the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. I adore Toothless. Yes. Ants is a superior DreamWorks film. All right, let's do a quick poll of anybody who's in here. We're going to do a little quick poll. Are we Team Ants Are we team Bugs Life? Drop it in the chat. Team Ants or Team Bugs Life? This is very important market research we're here doing in this chat here tonight, because the debate still rages on all of these years later. Ants over Shrek. Oh, wow. Alyssa, you just got swamped, girl. I mean, everybody up in this chat quickly typed out A Bug's Life without hesitation. I mean, a clean sweep through the chat for A Bug's Life, and then there's Alyssa with her little ant in the chat, y'all. I think A Bug's Life is a little bit underrated. I know Disney Nerd says he don't like it. I think it's a little bit underrated. It's kind of mid-tier. It's a mid-tier Pixar for me. It's not the bottom tier, but yeah. Leo mentioned Shrek. I actually think Shrek 2 is definitely superior to Shrek. I rewatched them both before making my top 50 series of animated films. And yeah, Shrek is fun, but Shrek 2 is just it's like superior in every way to me. It takes everything that Shrek does well and amps it to the next level. And how many of you seen Seven? I like ants. So I just talked about it. I am a downer. I'm very macabre. I am very pessimistic about life. I have also seen Seven Samurai. Thank you. And I do like the nature of ants. So even though it is, I mean, freaking Woody Allen running around there. Anyway, sorry. Did you watch Netflix's The Little Prince? I did not. I wanted to see it so bad. I actually wanted to see The Little Prince when I first saw the advertisements, and it was supposed to be a theatric release. And then I don't know what happened. I also, oh gosh, y'all are going to kill me. I am the worst Latinx in the world, Tom. You're going to be so disappointed. I still haven't watched Vivo. I know, I'm horrible. I need to watch it. I will watch it for sure. I want to see it. I wanted to do a reaction to it, and I haven't done it. I don't know if there's interest for it though. I don't know if people are dying to watch reactions to Vivo. Let's just be honest, but we'll see. We'll see. I do an animated films ranked at the end of each year, so I'll be catching up on all of them, even the ones I have actively avoided, including Leo's fave, his number one of 2021, Paw Patrol the movie. We'll be catching up later this year sometime. I'll be catching up on some Spirit movie. I've not been wanting to watch that. Vivo, we'll be catching up. Yeah. Also, both Ants and Bugs Life Star People, we are not a fan of. Yes. I mean, that's the problem is looking back. And that's definitely the problem in A Bug's Life, because Kevin Spacey's freaking Grasshopper is one of Pixar's best villains. Like, Hopper is one of the most terrifying villains in all of Pixar. So it's easier to just ignore him though, because he's not even on screen and the character's so damn good. So yeah. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Vivo is a surprisingly good film. The story has tons of heart. The music by Lin-Manuel Miranda are bangers as always. I know, I'm just so bad. I want to see it. I've really been like excited about it, and obviously it's celebrating my culture. So I need to watch it. I don't know what the hell I've been doing all this time. What did you think of this episode of Scenes from a Marriage? Are you all watching Scenes of a Marriage? Anybody else watching that? Just me and Leo and Hannah. I don't think she's in here anymore, but Hannah's also watching with us. I loved it. Got a little steamy this episode, and I hope it even gets steamier the next 2 episodes. So Alyssa, girl, you didn't need to answer. We already knew you wasn't watching that. We already knew you wasn't watching that. Who should play Ronald McDonald? Joaquin Phoenix or Bill Skarsgard? Uh, y'all, I think y'all are. We need to open our vision because they've been clowns recently between Joker and Bill and it. You know, we're very much in the ideas of clown people staying clowns. But of the two, I think I'll go Bill Skarsgård. That would be my pick over Joaquin. Did you watch Sonic X when you were a kid? I didn't. I did not. So here were my favorite shows as a kid, y'all. I'm gonna date myself. I'm freaking ancient compared to all you goddamn children in my damn chat right now. Um, my favorite shows growing up, X-Men, the animated series, is the GOAT for me and the GOAT of superhero animated shows. I know you Batman folk and you the Amazing Spider-Man folk will disagree with me, but it is what it is. Courage the Cowardly Dog was my jam. Powerpuff Girls was my jam. Recently, like 4 years ago, I cosplayed as Blossom, and I had a friend who was Bubbles and a friend who was Buttercup, and we looked amazing at our local anime con in DK. I loved Dexter's Lab. Actually, while they were airing, Dexter's Lab was it for me, y'all. That was my show. I also loved Rocket Power and Randomly As Told by Ginger. So that's just me, though. I'm too busy starring in Midnight Mass. Y'all, Tyler Calvert did a side by side. I have not watched Midnight Mass yet, but this woman in that damn show, this crazy religious woman, is Alyssa in maybe 10 years' time. Maybe. Okay? The resemblance is uncanny. They look identical. Just if you've watched Alyssa's videos and if you have seen that show, just comment it down below. I know you know what I'm talking about. Okay? And no, Alyssa, my bad. I forgot. It's a mixture. We have to have supervision in here. So all the rest are the children, and then we got Granny. Lisa, girl, when you come in here, you better expect some shade. What do you think of Teen Titans Go? I have not watched Teen Titans Go ever. I only watched part of Teen Titans, the good one. But I actually thought Teen Titans Go to the Movies was really good. I was shocked because I went in expecting to hate it because the show got so much damn hate. But the movie itself was really good. So if that's any indication, maybe I should watch. But it's OG Titans for me. OG Raven is still the boss beast here. DD? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Dexter's Lab was the jam, y'all. Dexter's Lab. Now I know some of our animation actually was kind of ugly. Like when you look at Cow and Chicken. See, this is the kind of mess I was watching as a child, looking at some goddamn Cow and Chicken. And now I look back and I'm like, what is this? Like, what was I watching? What the hell were these people putting on the TV for the children? Like, what is going on with this Cow and Chicken? Cat Dog is a weird concept, but I love me some Cat Dog. Yes. Show was awful. Teen Titans Go to the Movies, pretty good. Yeah, that's how, I mean, I haven't watched the show, so I don't know why I'm saying yeah, as if I'm just the expert when it comes to Teen Titans Go. But yes, Ed and Eddie, yes, little plank. Leo, you kind of look like Plank with them eyes drawn nice and wide. Leo is giving us Plank right here on the film tube. Or that little boy who became that round old head. Listen, y'all. This ain't right. Sailor Moon, yes. Okay. I wasn't a huge fanatic. I have a friend who actually cosplays Sailor Moon. Like she's part of the full cosplay group of Sailor Moon here. She is like mega stan. And I never watched it like that. I did watch Sailor Moon. And honestly, when it comes to theme songs, Sailor Moon is like top tier animation when it comes to theme songs. Speaking of theme songs and shows I watched growing up and obviously still adore, hello, Pokemon is forever my ish and one of the best theme songs ever. Pokemon, the original one. Hello. Who's everyone's favorite Pokemon? Drop it in the chat. Alyssa, I know your grandkids were watching Pokemon, so you had to have seen it on the screen, at least in passing, ma'am. Go ahead and put your favorite Pokemon in the chat as well, please. Thank you. Thank you. Love Sailor Moon. Yes. Every time I hear those Wendy's commercial, I think it's you. No. Okay. I just know that Hannah, I know I'm gonna regret admitting this to Hannah. I'm a probably watch the new Cowboy Bebop. I am. I'm probably gonna be watching the new Cowboy Bebop because that like little snippet and those pictures are fire. So I'm gonna be watching the Bebop. The live action one. Hey. I did also watch Dragon Ball Z growing up. Frieza was my ish. Look at y'all coming through with a Pokemon. Except, wait, I'm not seeing Alyssa drop her favorite and her grandchildren's favorite in the chat, though. Vulpix, Mewtwo, Charizard, Pikachu. Oh, we got another Mewtwo here. Hey. Hey. Did y'all like Detective Pikachu? Did you like Mewtwo in that as well? Let me just say, though, outside of Pikachu himself, because he was so flippin' cute in that damn Detective Pikachu. Them Bulbasaur were so cute. Do you understand me? I saw them little Bulbasaurs doing their little like march through the woods in that Detective Pikachu. I about fell out on the floor in the movie theater. I was dead at how cute it was. Honestly, though, Pikachu is my favorite too. I know I'm basic. Look, but this is me, y'all. Look at this little angry Pikachu. This is me. And if you know me, I have like this running vibe that lightning things seem to be my favorite. Like Thor is my favorite MCU, Marvel, Storm is my favorite superhero ever, period. But obviously favorite X-Men, if she's my favorite everything. Pikachu, my favorite Pokemon. If it's lightning, I'm here. Also, if I were to be a Pokemon, my typing would definitely be dark electric or maybe electric dark. Probably electric as my primary, dark type as my secondary typing. Alyssa, I don't know what my favorite is anymore. Charmander, Sandslash, and Scyther. See, that's how you know some of us are old, though. Actually, though, everybody in here, everybody picked Gen 1. Look at, we got some Gen 1ers up in my chat. That's what I love to see. We didn't get anybody from literally any other generation. Some of the CGI was a little bit rubbery. I'll give you that. But them little Bulbasaurs and that damn Pikachu were so cute. You couldn't tell me nothing about them, okay? How many Blu-rays do I own? I am not sure. Even if I combine all my old DVDs and my Steelbooks and my Blu-rays and my Criterions, I'm not sure how many I own. I know I keep saying it and I haven't done it. I'm sorry, y'all, but I really really need to do a full Blu-ray um video, like my full movie collection video, so I can show. Look, see, Alyssa, we still got ants here, so I can do all my old ass DVDs that I've never let go of. All my Blu-rays. You got the little Blu-rays. What I pull out? The Cinderella, starring our hottest actress, a winner, Miss Lily James. I didn't agree with the decision. I'm sorry, but she did win. Then we got all the steel books that you can kind of see here. So one of these days, I really do need to do it. I've wanted to do it for so long. I have so many damn movies that it would take me hours. Hey man, Pokemon was my jam. I was asked for Halloween in 5th grade. The year it got big in the US, I wore that costume when reviewing. Look at you. Alyssa, are you the same size as you were in 5th grade? Is that what you just said to us? You ain't grown an inch? Okay. Scyther was tight. I'm from Gen X, so I'm actually not. Oh, what? Well, if we're talking age gens, then I'm a millennial. I am the millennial generation here, but yes, I am. I'm definitely a Gen 1 fan when it comes to Pokemon, though I have kept up throughout the years. And some of the later generations have broken in and given me some of my favorite Pokemon. Again, listen, we gonna be plugging videos all day here, huh? Because I did my top 15 favorite Pokemon. I have that here on the channel. So if you want to know all of my favorite Pokemon, just check that out. I also ranked all of the Pokemon in Detective Pikachu based on their looks, based on what they did in the film, their faithfulness to the adaptation, the whole ordeal. Leo. Y'all see? Look, how many more times I gotta show y'all? Look at this. You see what kind of mess Leo be bringing around here? Mm-hmm. Would you make a spoiler? I don't do many spoiler reviews as it is Network 98, but just for you, yes, I would do it. Lily James was the right choice to replace Emma Watson. Too bad her acting in Beauty and the Beast was bland and boring as hell. Yeah, I mean, after seeing Beauty and the Beast, yes, thank goodness. Lily James was definitely a better choice for Cinderella. And I think Emma Watson was a good choice for Belle. If I'm being honest, I love Belle. And just based on who she is as a person, as a human, I think Emma Watson really embodies Belle. But whew, that singing. Whew, I mean, that's the problem there. Cinderella doesn't really sing much. She has like a song or two. So This Is Love is like the most she sings in her own original animated film. So yeah, maybe she would have been better there because Belle has a beautiful voice. Paige O'Hara has a stunning voice, and Emma Watson, less than stunning. We'll just say that. Yeah. What's y'all's favorite of the Disney live action films? Hmm? Oh no, Leo. You see, drop your favorite live action film from Disney in the comments. I'm talking about the remakes. The remakes. So, what was the first one? Alice in Wonderland to present remakes. Let's hear it. So, no 90s Jungle Book, none of that. Let me hear what you got. Oh, Cruella, Leo, obviously inspired by my wear here, my shirt of the day. Cruella. Cinderella, 2015. The Jungle Book, The Jungle Book. Enchanted. Alyssa. Lord have mercy. If this is The Lion King, Alyssa, I don't. Yeah, we might have to cut this stream right now. You see, she knew. Is it The Lion King, Alyssa? Jungle Book. Okay. See, most of the chat has the same favorite as I do. Mine is also the Jungle Book. Okay. So here's the big difference between Jungle Book and Lion King. They both went for pretty realistic animals, though Lion King, obviously Favreau decided he was going to push the envelope even more. But the Jungle Book, he made them look realistic while keeping their personalities. Like he didn't push that animation so far that he sucked the life out of those animals. Like you have to leave just a bit there. And I think that's what Jungle Book does really well. Oh, another Cruella fan. Look at the Cruellas. That fashion. Listen, so I've been really like I've been going through it, y'all, because I've waited too long. We have our con here in Denver within the month. And at first, I wanted to go as Daenerys Targaryen and have Toothless and the Light Fury and maybe just another random dragon, but at least those two on me because she is the Dragon Queen. But I don't think I can pull off the costume I want, and I can't get it to myself in time, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'm also thinking of doing a different storm with a tied up ponytail, which I already have that costume. I would just need to get that wig right because I need something with a mask. You know what I mean? I need something with a mask because they're gonna require a mask. So I'm also thinking of Scorpion. And then part of me is like, you know what I should do is the trash can look from Cruella. That's what I should do is that damn trash can. Because it was just so epic. We're still here. Alyssa, I know you're gonna be sad still, but Welcome to America 2 has been dethroned. Honestly, if Cruella doesn't win for best costumes of the year, it'll be a travesty. It will just be absolute buffoonery, honestly. Though Coming to America does deserve a nomination still because the costumes were amazing in that film. So don't want to totally discredit, but Cruella, come on, it better freaking win. The worst is Alice through the yes. I 100% agree, Leah. By the way, hi. Thank you for dropping in. Yes, Leah, Allison through the looking glass. Like the first Alice has its charm, it has its moments. But that second one, whoa, it is so terrible. The entire idea behind it, the entire thing. No, I mean it's really wretched. The voice acting was dreadful. Sorry, James Earl Jones, I love you, but even his return couldn't save that film. Honestly, since his lines of dialogue were so damn close to exactly what he said in the 94 animated original, I wish they would have just would have literally just taken James Earl Jones's audio as Mufasa and put it in. His voice is iconic, of course, and he's just getting so old, and you could hear it. You can hear the age in his new Mufasa, and more than anything, I think maybe that made me sad because it wasn't nearly as good. I thought it wasn't that bad either. So you can join me and Alyssa. Alyssa really liked it more than me even, but um, I think people were a little bit hard on it overall. I think it was okay. I mean, actually, hold up. Alyssa liked it quite a bit. I was okay on it. I didn't think it was terrible, but the costumes and the hair. Oh my god, that hair. Amazing. Top of the game. Like you called the voice character through the see, that's what I'm talking about. James, in these recent years, James getting behind that mic, all the way back to Darth Vader in the third one. No, infamous. That infamous no. James, come on now. Really? I had no idea you loved Coming to America. I never would have guessed. What do you think of Toy Story 4? I like Toy Story 4. I think uh I think it's my least favorite of the 4, to be honest, but I don't have the problems with Woody's storyline that I think a lot of other people have overall. And I really liked the villain of Toy Story 4. And I mean, I am a piece of trash going through like existential crisis on a daily basis. So Forky was me brought to life on the screen. So yeah, I overall like Toy Story 4. I think the good outweighs the negative when it comes to that film personally. Coming to America, absolutely one of my all-time faves as well. I liked the second. Yeah, the first one, rewatching it because I rewatched it before the second one came out. Some definitely dated stuff in there. But honestly, can we name an 80s comedy that isn't super dated? I mean, honestly, when you look back at the 80s specifically when it comes to comedies, what? Like they went for raunch hardcore in so much and like none of it has aged well. So, sorry about it. I said what I said. Uh Let's see. My favorite of the franchise is the first Toy Story, and hot take I liked. Oh, 4 better than 3. Well, hot take 3 is my personal favorite of the franchise. And if you watched, I'm gonna give you a spoiler for one of my other videos. If you watched my Pixar ranking, Toy Story 3 is actually my favorite Pixar film. So we disagree there, but Toy Story itself was number 2 on that list. So there you go. I might be a spork. No, you're right. Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, they've definitely aged the best, I think. So you were definitely correct there. um but they fall under, see, I think the ones that mix genres well, like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, they're able to hold up a little bit better. There was just so much raunch comedy in the 80s, and literally none of the raunchy comedies I think hold up well. And I mean, raunchy comedy kind of inherently lends itself to that. It's always very of the time, and once you get past that of the time nature, the raunchiness suddenly it doesn't hit like it did, and we grow as a culture, and suddenly that raunchy nature, mm, it doesn't work as well as it once did. Yes, Nicholas, this is what I love. 3 is top 2 Toy Story. All right. What do you think of Ghostbusters 2016? I thought it was okay. I'm gonna say that. I think Ghostbusters 2016 was overly hated, and I think it was overly hated from the jump, not because it was a remake. And I think not everyone went in hesitant, because I do know people just kind of dislike this remake trend, specifically as we're looking forward to Back to the Future and all that talk. We're tired of remakes, and I fully get that, but we're kidding ourselves if we say Ghostbusters 2016 was not forwardly hated before it was even released for anti-feminist reasons, which is a shame. I think the actual movie itself, it wasn't as funny as I wanted it to be, and that was its main problem. But it looked good. I thought Chris Hemsworth was amazing. Again, I might just be biased myself because Chris Hemsworth forever has my heart, but I thought he was hilarious, and he plays a himbo so well. Honestly, in general, Chris Hemsworth doing comedy is great. Even in films that are terrible, like Vacation, which I thought was absolutely wretched, I thought he was really funny and one of the highlights of the whole film. And same again in Ghostbusters. And there's moments, and the story itself was kind of fun. So I think it's okay. I think it's middle of the road. I don't think it's great, and I don't think it's nearly as terrible as its history would say, personally. Um, Yes, Disney nerd. This is what I love to see. Toy Story 3 is my favorite Pixar film too. Oh, love it. Toy Story is number 1, and Toy Story 3 is a close second. All right. Hmm. I I think I might be able to just guess that number 1. Um, if I'm not mistaken, Alyssa, mainly movies might have the same number 1 animated film as you do, Disney nerd. I'm not 100% on that. Because my memory might be blanking on me just a tad, but I think she might share your favorite animated film of all time. Just a hunch, just going off of your avatar there. But yes, animation is great, and I'm so glad to have these animated fans in my chat here. Oh, we have 3. We have, yep, okay, Alyssa, Leo, Disney nerd, lots of Lion King fans in here, which are we shocked? So go ahead, drop that since we've got 3 people in here. What is your favorite animated film of all time? Leave it in the chat. We have 3 votes for The Lion King. I've stated mine many a time over on this channel. If you watch my top 50 favorite animated films of all time, you will know my answer. It is not 101 Dalmatians. I'm sorry, Cruella. I do enjoy that film quite a bit, but it is not. Oh, Spirited Away. Look at the Ghibli love. I love to see that. All right, Ryan says Beauty and the Beast, another Disney Renaissance classic. And you have to say Network 98. A question for you. Did you watch Earwig from this year? Easily the worst Studio Ghibli film of all time. I was so disappointed, and it is still in my bottom 5 worst movies of the year. I really didn't like it. Incredibles. All right, that's also a great pick. So we now know your favorite Pixar film, Leah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people did watch Earwig, released on HBO Max. I've been getting all of the Ghibli steelbooks, replacing old copies and such. So I won't be adding Earwig to my collection. Yeah, Earwig, it was meh. I didn't hate it, but my least favorite Ghibli movie. Yeah, no, I hated it. I mean, I guess hate is a little bit strong. I really didn't like it, but it is easily my least favorite Ghibli movie. Yes, Beauty and the Beast turns 30 this November 22nd. Beauty and the Beast released the same year I was released into the world. The same year the world was burdened with my horrifying presence. So I guess you win one and you lose one. And Planet Earth won one with Beauty and the Beast and lost one with my arrival. So there you go. Silence of the Lambs was here too, but there were also plenty of terrible movies the year I was born. So there you go. Your Name is really good as well. Yes, I love Your Name. I don't love it quite as much as I know. Your Name is just such an interesting case because the people who love it, like, love it. Rachel's Reviews, if you watch her channel, she loves it. I have a coworker who just can't get enough. It's like her favorite. So many people I know, and it's usually the romantics, a little bit of romantics at heart. Love Your Name. I think it's really good. I think it's beautifully made. Just not quite. I don't think I'm quite romantic and idealistic enough to fully to fully embrace it as my favorite. Alyssa, I thought you shared with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, girl. What you talking about Rescuers Down Under now, Alyssa? Hmm? That might be another challenge I do. I said, well, listen to me. Y'all, I'm so far behind. If you tag me in something and ask me to do a video, or even if I think of a collaboration and try to do that mess, I'm sorry. So far behind on everything. But I still need to do Luke Hairfield's challenge. He challenged me to do a video of the most surprising movies I have never seen. And one, it's really hard to think of those, honestly. Like I hate to be a snob. but I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot that have not um that are classics that you're supposed to like join or you're supposed to sorry. Can you join the challenge? Yes. Feel free to join the challenge. Um I've seen a lot of them, but I need to do that. I also think it's fun, those challenges of like favorite movie from every year you were born. It just makes me feel so damn old because so many of you here on like FilmTube and Film Twitter are so freaking young. Um, talking about uh talking about you were born in like 99 and I'm like, ooh, if your Hannah Ringswald up in here from Cinemania, you were born in like 2015 and on the goddamn podcast. No. So yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff. Iron Giant, The Lion King, Spirited Away, and Perfect Blue and Spider-Verse. So there we go. There's one there's one I haven't seen. I don't know if it's like uber shocking to people. I don't even know if it's like considered quite like a shocker in the sense of movies you should watch. But I have not seen Perfect Blue, Nicholas Lee. I've not watched it, but I do love Iron Giant. I do love The Lion King, Spirited Away, and of course Spider Verse as well. So very, very great picks. I love that the stream really started talking about animation because I love animation personally. Not quite an animation channel, but I do love me some animation as it is. That's why I did my top 50. I did also last year want to do my top 50 favorite live action films of all time since I did my top 50 favorite animated because it's so hard for me to mix them because I love both mediums so much. But we'll see. We'll see. I just have all these ideas, my Blu-rays, my top 50s, my the movies people are shocked that I haven't watched. Um that who knows. As I've said all summer long, if you've watched these live streams from the first one I did, you'll know, child, I've been roughing it through this channel trying to keep myself afloat and not just shutting this chilly boy down. You heard? But we're trekking, and these live streams certainly help. I love talking to you all. Oh, the StreamYard network. I'm actually probably going to be logging off here momentarily. So possibly on a future stream, that's what I'll do is open it up and have people that can hop on the StreamYard and we can, I don't know, talk about something maybe. I don't know, like an open panel. I'll definitely need to see like you'll need to like flash your picture at least up on the screen. So I know it's you and not just it makes me a little nervous to bring people up here also because people be saying some wild ass mess and I'll just be like bloop bloop. Not like I don't want to hear no mess, y'all. I don't want you to come up here and say something crazy. In our last sports stream, somebody came up in there with some anti-Semitic trash, had to block they ass quick. Nah, we ain't about that life here, okay? If you don't know, now you know that I'm basically an SJW. Okay, I can have fun, I can joke, but we don't play no hateful mess here. What are your thoughts on Akira? I really like Akira. It definitely gets crazy, it definitely gets wild, but obviously it's super influential, not only for anime and animation, but just period for particularly science fiction. So it's an amazing film. It's deep every time I've watched it, which hasn't been a ton of times, admittedly, like maybe 3, 4 times in my entire life. I just get so much more out of the viewing experience of Akira every time I sit down and take it all in. So, yes, Akira is great. How are your local stores doing with physical media? Terrible. They're doing so bad. One of the Best Buys that I sometimes go to, they only had 2 racks, and of course, you have both sides of the racks that were there with the Blu-rays and steelbooks, and one of them is gone. So they have the different little standees. They actually have several smaller, the little like island standees throughout like the TVs and stuff. But Yeah, I don't know, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Physical media is dying before my eyes. I'm ancient, I'm old. Y'all, look, not only am I like all about that life when it comes to Blu-rays and DVDs, I'm all about that life when it even comes to like CDs and stuff, y'all. I don't know. I'm an old person. Obviously, I just pulled out Shaka Khan. If you know, you know. Okay, Shaka Khan, the legend, y'all. Put some respect on her name. But yeah, I don't know. I love me some physical media. My car time, I gotta have my little CDs to put in there, because I'm too old to be trying to figure out Bluetooth and corrections and all that bullish. Um, Obviously, I'm. It's not by me now to grab, but I got all the Shaka records. Even got my little record player. Got the Shaka records, the old school ones. Because unfortunately she's underrated, not reprinted. But I also bought new people's records, so the fun stuff. Look like we've got Bull Moose. I don't know what Bull Moose is. My other favorite store was one that did like the resells, and I think they were part of the FYE family. They were called Second Spin, and they had all the like you could sell your old Blu-rays and DVDs and CDs to them and stuff. So you could buy them used or buy them new, but they also closed down. So it's getting very, very sad out here. But yeah, so we're almost at the 2 hour mark. So I am gonna go ahead and head off. Nice to meet you, Eddie. Yeah, maybe on the next one. Sorry, it's just getting really long on this 2 hour video. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this stream off. But hopefully soon we can open this up. Possibly I'll try to think of a way to make sure I don't get like I've seen people on here get like porn bombed so that they channel be getting snatched. No. I don't need no Nazi. No. We don't do none of that here. So I got to figure out a way too that I feel comfortable having people come up here and don't try to get ham on my ass. So was nothing against you personally, Eddie, I promise. But thank you all so much, everybody who stopped in. I had a great time chatting with everyone. If you're watching this on the replay, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe so you are always notified, and you can help drive discussion here. And the next movie chatter will be a whole lot of fun chatting film here on Chili Boy Productions. Also, leave your comments, answer any of these questions if you're watching on the replay. And thank you all to everybody who has supported these live streams, made them as fun as they are, and everybody who's here tonight. So I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.